Nobody say anything.
No, we're live. Let's got there first. It's the Cellar Ladies live on Friday afternoon at 2:00, our new regular slot. So welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining us. We've got a full house today. We have Christine Davis, who was first. How lovely. Hello, Christine. And of course, Lexa said hello. So we have down below the wonderful Becca Bamber.
Hi.
We have Karen, the sewing thrifter, or selling thrifter as she is now.
I should call myself the selling thrifter.
Because you've been listening now, so you can want that bottle and your biscuit. We have Lexilicious, of course, the jewellery queen. We have Andrea, the long-suffering Andrea, Mrs. Nick Hills. She is. And Kelly, the wonderful.
Wrong way. Can't get it right. I can't do that. It's the wrong way.
It's the opposite way. It's a little mess with your head. So while we're playing about here, you probably have noticed, those who are viewing, that we haven't had a set topic for today. I think we've all slightly topicked out, thanks to, I have to mention, the wonderful ads and his 12-hour marathon yesterday. I think anyone who tuned into that will have seen they did amazingly well. They raised a shed load of money, and I think we're all exhausted from trying to keep up with it. So today it's a bit of a gentler thing with the Cellar Ladies. Just chat and what's going on, and anything that comes up. If you've got any questions in the chat or anything you want to ask us, just do so. I'll try and follow it. I'll do my best. I'm not an expert. Lex has a question already. Yes.
Oh, we're doing 12 hours now, yeah? Is that right?
No. Oh, talk of the devil. Here's Andrew.
Imagine.
Afternoon. And hi, Gemma.
I don't think I could do 12 hours of anything. Like even sleeping, I think I would struggle with 12 hours of. So, yeah.
I seriously have to say that I've got a newfound respect for ads, and he just did amazingly yesterday. It was just fantastic. You know, how he just kept everybody talking. It was all organised. You know, it's just brilliant. He just kept it flowing, and he was a real career of presenting.
Yeah, it was a complete and utter star. And I know it's well outside his comfort zone to do something that extrovert, that focused, that consistent all the way through. I mean, you know, none of us can say well enough done ads, because it was absolutely superb. And I think it'll be the start of him feeling much more comfortable doing all this sort of thing. He's got a real gift for it. Obviously, Andrew helped him out as well, and that's really good, because I think support is always a good thing. And goes a long way, but I can't believe how much he raised. It was horrendous. That's not the word I'm looking for. Oh God, I can't words. It was
incredible, Heather.
It was incredible. I have a cold. My brain is somewhere else. Yes, that was brilliant. Oh, hello, Cheryl Pound Girl. And Bronwyn from Australia, because it's the evening, because they're time travellers, and
Oh, and hello to David, who was it David that contributed very generously?
David.
Very generously.
Mr. McGregor.
Yes. So fair play. Like.
Cheers.
Yeah, we'll all raise a glass to you as well, even though it's a glass of orange squash, but you know.
Or a cup of tea in my case, with a grumpy
coffee in mine.
There you go, everyone's raising a glass. Well,
indeed.
And everyone else who donated for that fact.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can
I think they've got it open, haven't they?
Thursday.
Yeah, you can keep donating, and it might take people a while to actually get around to doing that, but please do, because the more they get, the more those wonderful causes. I think it was Mind, I believe, was one of them, and the other one's Macmillan Cancer. So two fantastic causes, and I know, you know, I mean, I said it myself on the chat that yes, I'm a cancer survivor, and I obviously support Macmillan. I think they're amazing, but I do recognise that mental health issues are really a little bit kind of pushed to one side, and I hope that's all changing. It seems to be that's the way things are changing. And David's M's in. Hello, lovely to see you.
Hi, David.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, no, some brilliant charities that you did, and like you say, mental health, especially because is it that it's getting that more of us have mental health issues, or that we're perhaps more inclined to talk about it. There's more mental health.
I think the thing is with mental health, a lot of people feel bad admitting it in the first instance. So the more people that talk about it, then the more those people don't feel alone and realise that they're not odd or strange for having some of these thoughts that you do have sometimes. So yeah, definitely.
And you realise you're not alone because so many other people are feeling the same way.
Absolutely. And that there is actually a lot of help out there. Like, I know it can be difficult to actually go, well, for a start, there is something wrong and I do need help. Like, that's the first difficult step, isn't it? Is actually realising it and admitting it. Because especially when you are in the low down depths of it, you kind of, it's a very big struggle to just take that first step towards, isn't it? But that first step towards can be, you know, calling Samaritans or talking to your doctor or talking to a friend or something like that. And, you know, a good friend and a good doctor, like, will genuinely help, you know.
I think workplaces are getting better as well, because like my husband's recently had counselling, grief counselling through his work. So I think workplaces are getting better at, you know, providing counselling for people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think there's still some of the stigma attached to it, because if you had cancer or anything like physically, medically wrong, you wouldn't be as embarrassed or as reluctant to speak about it, would you? You kind of be like, I have this wrong with me and I'm going straight to the doctor and I'm getting every bit of help I can. And I wonder if part of that is because you can't control that, whereas people think you can control mental health problems, as in you must be weak, you're not a very strong person, you're not a very resilient person, and it's your fault that you've got this mental illness. And I think some of that attitude is still stuck, and I think that's why some people are a bit more reluctant to. And also I think that's why some of the services aren't as, what's the word, like, not obvious but as well known about. Like, there's loads out there, but if I asked you to name lots in your area, you probably couldn't. And I think it's like hidden, isn't it?
Yeah. I tell you what is great in our area. There's a what's it called? It's something like Dads and Lads Chat or something like that. And it's for, you know, that targeted audience of men, because you know, there's a lot of men of a certain age, you know, like late 20s, early 30s, that, you know, are really struggling at this point. It's the midlife crisis, isn't it, where they don't quite know what their place is, like, in society and stuff. And they're perhaps young fathers and things, and they're told, man up and, you know, get over it. You'll be, man up, you'll be all right. Just drink your way through it and stuff. And I think it's great that we've got a group locally for that, like for guys to go along to, guys that can, you know, actually talk with other men and cry and laugh and hug and whatever. And I think it's ace.
Yeah, I think it's starting to change. I think there have been generational things in the past where mainly men, but not just men, but admitting any kind of psychological issue. When, I mean, years ago I was a hypnotherapist, and I noted over the 25 years that I ran my practice, people didn't want anyone to know they'd been to begin with. But then as the years went on, I found that people were a lot more open and receptive to it and didn't feel like they were doing something really weird. You know, attitudes are changing, but it is so slow. And also mental health services are so underfunded for adults, for children, for older people, anyone that needs them. It's a real area of lack. And I really hope that general awareness, much like it did for things like breast cancer back in the 90s, which was what I was involved in because I had it then, and that changed a lot of perception. So it can change. It just takes people talking about it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been going to counselling regular because of the, I don't know what, not the diagnosis, but the kind of health problems that I'm having at the moment. They offer a specific counselling service for people who've got quite life-changing health problems. And I was talking to my mum about it. We was on a day out somewhere around town, and I said to my mum, when I was at counselling the other day, and explained something, she was like, shh, shh, don't say that in public. Everyone will think there's something wrong with you. And I was like, what? It's just constantly like, it doesn't matter. Nobody's like, I was a psychiatric nurse for 11 years. So to me, that's nothing. That's like part of everyday life. Whereas my mum was like, oh my God, don't let everybody think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the old way of, it's the old way of thinking, isn't it? That, you know, my grandparents, my nan or my great granddad used to get cross with me if I showed any emotion in public, if I cried, or, you know, it would be like, oh, pull yourself together, you know, come on, stiff upper lip, get on with it, you know, that sort of thing, you know.
It's so unhealthy.
I was actually told by my mum not to go to the doctors because it would be on my medical record and that had caused me problems in the future.
Wow.
It's on my medical record. So, but she is 80 and she has got an old mindset of thinking, but that was her first comment to me. Don't go to the doctors. And that's absolutely the opposite thing you should be doing, is trying to face it on your own.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah.
That's from the days of unmarried mothers and female hysteria. And the GPs doling out diazepam like it's nothing.
Yeah, I'm on still.
I wish they would give me some diazepam. Oh my God. I can eat those sometimes. Yeah.
But the other thing is it's not a set how it affects everybody. It can affect people in different ways, so it's not always obvious. I mean, I've always been good at putting a brave face on it when I've been feeling so low, or around other people, and then I'd get back up to my room or when I'm on my own and absolutely be a state.
Yeah,
and that was hard work to try and play the part of a happy-go-lucky person that everyone thinks I am all the time. So it can be difficult in different ways for people. It's not all the same.
Because none of us are the same all the time. I mean, I think between all of us, just us 6 people who are a cross section of, you know, women in this country who at some time or other have had stuff go on that has really knocked us for 6, who've had to try and find ways through it with or without medical help. And it's not a purely female thing, and obviously for men too, it seems to be harder because, you know, we are known for talking to each other, but it makes no difference what your bits are. Your mind is your mind, and good mental health is as important as good physical health.
And actually, a lot of physical problems do stem from your mental health, isn't it? It's like back to the parts of your body and stuff, can't it? Like, and I think probably a lot of, you know, treatment on the NHS could be avoided actually if there was more treatment for mental health issues in the first place that lead to these things, you know. Like get it at the, you know, ground level, isn't it? And don't let it escalate.
I mean, I know for sure that I carry my sort of anxiety physically because it feels like it just travels around my body. There's always something that I'm in pain with, you know, just.
And it could be actual pain. It could be actual pain. It could be psychosomatic. It could be, you know, that your heartbeat increases and stuff. You know, you give yourself panic attacks. You know, those are physical like things of your mental health, isn't it? You know, that's not a matter of a panic attack.
Stomach issues, all that kind of stuff. You know,
people forget that the body and mind are not separate. They're all linked by the nervous system. So you can't say one is one thing and one is the other. And I know people get funny about if saying something's psychosomatic because it's kind of implying, oh, it's all in your head, you know. But actually, you know, the psychology does affect the body, and it's not lesser than, it's not less real or less serious. I know my mind-body connection is quite strong. Obviously, I know this. But, you know, I literally can make myself ill very, very quickly. And I know the signs, but a lot of people aren't that tuned into their body and they live in their heads and they haven't made that connection. So there is a lot more sort of general awareness and work that can be done just to help people with day-to-day lives before it gets to crisis point, before it gets to having to go to the doctor.
There's a Netflix documentary on at the minute. I think it's called Heal, and that's to do with the mind, helping to heal the body. And they discuss all different ways that you can use your mind. And there was a woman on there that basically she had cancer, and she feels she cured it with her mind. I mean, I don't know if she did, but from having a positive attitude and telling herself this cancer's not going to beat me.
Yeah.
And then
I think that's got to help big time, isn't it? Yeah. Did any of you used to watch the A-Team?
Mm-hmm.
The guy that played Face. He had cancer, and
you did say the A-Team, didn't you? I thought you said the A-Team. I thought, does she mean the A-Team from
the A-Team?
Yeah, Face. That's one.
Yeah, the guy that played Face, he had cancer, and he wrote a book talking about how he feels he cured himself with positive thinking and also changing his diet. Mm-hmm. And that really made an impact on me, him talking about that. And
yeah,
it just shows you that there are those connections.
There's a lot to be said for mental state. I think what can happen though is that people kind of think, well, if I'm not positive, it's somehow my fault that I've got an illness. So there's quite a difficult path to tread there, and and some forms just are not going to respond.
And especially if you've got that kind of mindset anyway, or you get anxious about certain things, then I know in the past I've kind of I've had stomach pains because of anxiety, and then convinced myself there's something terribly wrong with me, and then I'm anxious because I think wasn't it? And then you just So if you've got that sort of mindset, then you start thinking about that or focusing in on something like that, then it can end up being a negative thing.
Lots of people do that. That is not uncommon by any means. I mean, I had IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. I was diagnosed with it, and then of course I worked out that I could actually make it go away. Once they said what it was, I'm like, oh well, I know how to get rid of that. I did relaxation for 2 weeks every night because this was early in the days when I was learning my hypnotherapy, and I every time it would pop back occasionally because I wasn't being attentive, I could do the relaxation and make it go away. And an awful lot of what I did when I was a hypnotherapist was involved with anxiety, fear, symptoms caused by mind state, faulty thinking, faulty wiring, and opening people up to the fact that it didn't have to be all this or all that. You could actually have a lot more choice. And I mean, I did it for about 20 odd years, and I loved it before I got into reselling, of course. It's amazing.
That sounds a lot like, is it dialectical behavioural therapy?
DBT, yeah.
Yeah, there are similarities.
Yeah, because I've had CBT before, which is okay. But apparently, like, for my weirdness, like DBT is apparently what I should be doing. And like you said, it's about the learning that there is middle ground and grey areas, that things aren't black and white, and people aren't good or evil, and people don't just love you or hate you, which but learning that middle ground
change the programming, because it's only when you're in a sort of an instinctual reaction, a fearful reaction, that you will do the black and white thinking. So it's about sort of rewiring and reframing things so they don't look the same, so that your interpretation is different. I did
that last night, didn't I? And I've got all you guys to thank for pushing me to make me go, because I was invited to a works night out last night, and I only knew a couple of people there, and it was going to be a whole big massive table full of people I'd never met. And I think if I hadn't have told you guys, I wouldn't have gone, because I would have convinced myself that I would, nobody would talk to me, and I didn't want to walk in on my own. And then Carla suggested telling the manager to come and meet me outside, which is what happened. And then I walked in, she introduced me to like the whole table, and I waved to everyone, and then sat down and just had a really nice time. So I'm really pleased that I went, because in the past I would have just convinced myself that I shouldn't have gone. So I'm really pleased.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And it just goes to show the way you talk to yourself and the story you tell yourself creates physical, mind, a whole picture of things. And it's so horrible you won't do it. Change the picture. You can do anything. Well done.
Yeah. And it also shows you that you just don't know unless you go and you try it.
Yeah.
And you'll be less fearful for next time as well.
Yeah.
Next time they say like, "Oh, we're going out for drinks at the weekend," you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, okay then." And you won't
be going out for someone else's birthday, and they're going out for Christmas as well. So I won't be so worried next time.
And that means you've got 2 parties to go to.
Yeah. I think the other thing to add to that is that's quite a normal feeling for most people, Karin. It's not anything unusual. A lot of people that's going to be coming to the meetup next week are probably going to be a bit nervous. Don't be, because everyone's going to be so lovely and friendly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people coming on their own as well. So
yeah.
I'm not going to be lovely and friendly.
Yes, you are. She's lovely and friendly.
I'm going to be
going
like, I hate everyone.
And you'll be so lovely.
While we're just touching on the meetup, I just want to say that we are continuing then to raise money for Mind. So everything that we raise on the night will be for Mind. So
yeah.
Good.
It's going to be a good weekend. I remember the last time at Hitchin. Obviously, I came down with Carla, and it'd been the first time I'd met Carla.
Oh yeah.
We got on instantly, so it was fine. That was a big relief, You
were singing in the car, weren't you?
Yeah, we. Yeah, so it was great. Like ice broken straight away. It was completely fine. But actually, when we were just about to go into the pub, I like stopped outside and I was like, ooh, like. Heart was going and everything. Walked in, was like a bit shaky, and then Sue came up to me. She's like, "Oh, give us a hug," and I'm like, "Oh, I love you so much." Yeah. So if anyone is nervous, get a hug from Auntie Sue. That's what I say.
It heals everything. An Auntie Sue hug.
Me and Kelly cheated a little bit because we met at Peterborough, didn't we, Kelly? Sorry.
Oh, what? I said we should have Sue on the door like a bouncer, a hugging bouncer, just hugging everyone as they come in.
Get the name down on the list.
Like they have at Walmart in America. Hi, have a good day.
Oh.
Just can meet and greet everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Sue.
There you go. Look, Cheryl's worried about it. Everybody hug Cheryl.
Oh. Yeah, you'll get lots of hugs, Cheryl.
Yeah, and
bring
honestly,
Taylor, and nobody will even look at you, Cheryl. Just bring Taylor.
Well,
Kelly,
have you read Lisa's comment there?
Yes, I remember that.
I managed to come to the Bristol meetup on my own. Kelly was really welcoming when I arrived, which really helped. I didn't last too long, but I'm glad I went. Yeah.
Yay. And I think even the people that all know each other, like we all know each other, like we're fine. We've gotten drunk together. I've scraped Becca up off the floor after she's been, pissed and fallen over something.
Exactly, I don't remember that. However, Andrea, ask Nick, does he remember drinking gin out of a lemonade bottle? On a car park.
Was this at Bristol?
I think so.
It was. I went home.
Yes.
No, Andrea was really drunk.
But even though we all know each other, we're still nervous going, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and we didn't know each other before we went to Kitchen. So
now we're all friends and we meet up and it's great.
Yeah.
Cool. Because, of course, one of the strangest things that we've all experienced is when someone comes up to you, says hello, and they sort of know you because they've seen you on this tour.
No, nobody knows who I am.
Well, apparently not. We know who you are. But it's that weird feeling where someone sort of knows you and you don't know them. That's quite a strange one. I know I found that very odd. Now it's not so bad, but it was just kind of really strange to have someone going, "Oh, yeah, I've seen all your videos." And you, "Oh, what did I say?" Oh, my God.
Karin, wasn't it me, you and Sam on our way when we got to Bristol last time?
Yeah.
And in the shop, a lady walked up to us and said, she was like, "Oh, I know you. You're reselling Polly videos." Eh? Is it me who's frozen or Heather?
Heather.
Heather. yeah, they walked up to Sam. They were like, "Oh, I know you're reselling Polly. Oh, I love all your videos. Oh, and you're Karen. I watch your videos too." And then they went to me.
It was really
and I was like, "Thanks."
Awkward. All right, I'm back to
Listen, love, just because I don't share all my reselling secrets on YouTube to the public, I am a somebody.
That's hilarious.
Yes, I'm a somebody too. I'm not Mrs. Nick.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Me and Andrea should get T-shirts printed. I am somebody.
Yes.
Oh, Chris B says, when I went to Hitchin last time, I walked into the pub and then I walked out again. I went for a walk around town, then back to the pub as I was on my own.
Oh, Crispy.
Yeah, didn't realise that at all.
I always get a hug off Chris.
Oh.
Do you know what? If there's anybody watching this video that is going to the meetup that is nervous, either message me on Instagram or Facebook or anything. My entire job for about 14 years was talking to strangers. So just find me and I will talk to you, and you won't be on your own then. So,
and if you're nervous about walking into the pub on your own, message one of us and we can come out and meet you.
Yes. Yep.
Like that's, you know.
Absolutely.
There's a thing about anxiety.
I'm always open to talking to people. So if you spot me, just tap me on the shoulder and I'll have a chat with you, no problem.
Yeah. And same here, you know, me and Nick, we don't bite. We're very friendly, so come and chat to us as well.
You're too famous for
Andrea.
Andrea, do you know something though? Really, your channel name should be Andrea and Nick Hills, because your name comes first alphabetically.
Yeah, I think he'd have something to say about that. He makes more of the videos than I do.
He likes top billing.
I wonder if he's watching.
Team Andrea.
There's no arm wrestling.
Who else is getting excited then? Because it's next weekend, isn't it?
No, it's come along quickly.
Can't wait. I can't.
Yeah. I'm excited. I am a bit nervous about it all as well, but I'm excited.
I think there's more people coming. I think this is the thing, it's the numbers. And as I've always said, I will happily talk to anybody, but I am rubbish at remembering names. So please give me in advance if I think I do know you, but I can't peg the name to you. That's just because that's the way my mind fails. But I'm happy to chat. Just remind me who you are and I'll try and remember.
Especially because people's YouTube names and Facebook names and real life names, you know, Instagram names, all different. So I don't know, maybe like Bristol, we should have like name badges.
Oh, definitely. I'll bring some stickers and people can write their names on them. I think we'll have to.
Actual real names this time, not other people's names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, when we went to Bristol and we did that, somebody thought we were speed dating.
No.
That's kind of hilarious.
Oh, we could have a lot of fun with that, couldn't we?
To tell them all we're swingers.
The table.
It's a group Tinder date. It's the first time we've all met, and nobody knows who's going on with who.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a private venue this time. We've already told them it's a work stew, so.
Stew.
Yeah.
Well, you could say you're all a cardboard box lovers convention.
Well, that's
true. Now, do we need to bring raffle prizes? And what's bring? Because I'm a bit sort of confused because I'm
confused.
I'm asking Andrew primarily, although it may not be all down to you, of course, love. But what exactly do we need to bring? Do we bring one raffle prize, one auction prize?
We're not saying we have to bring anything, but we're having a raffle, we're having an auction. Obviously, we're asking for whatever donation you can spare when you arrive. You don't have to donate anything, it's not compulsory, but because we're not asking for ticket prices or anything like that, and we're obviously paying for the venue. So I think that, and we're doing a Black Knicker game again. Do you remember your box that you won last time, Becca?
What's the game called?
So where we have to steal things off people.
Black Knicker game.
Knicker as in like pair of knickers?
Like I don't know. Is Ellen? Is it knickers? Like it as in knickers?
You mean like a robber, like a thief?
Yeah.
I think it's more that. But anyway, that's what it's called.
See, I remember the game, but you confused me with the name of it. I was like, Black Knicker game? I've got to wear black knickers.
Are you not crying, Becca?
When you steal each other's bits and stuff.
Right, I've got to remember a raffle prize, an auction prize, black knickers.
I'm all right in that area.
Those are the things that we're doing. So anything that anyone can spare towards one or two of those, great.
Lovely. Okay.
Something or nothing or lots of things, whatever you can spare.
Let's bring it all.
I've got my husband.
No. Nobody wants him.
No. Oh dear. Well,
we've got Andrew to blame for the auction. We weren't even having an auction, but now apparently we're having an auction because Andrew's told everybody.
Auction instead of raffle.
Because he thought that he got it mixed up with a raffle and told everyone to bring something for an auction. Auction.
Let him deal with the auction then.
No, because he's auctioning himself off apparently.
Well, Nick can auction him, and then Andrew can do everything else.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're having a quiz as well, but I don't know if we're doing prizes for that. I'm not sure.
Sure.
I think we're just doing that for fun. I'm not sure what we're doing.
Yeah, well, some of the games are good fun.
Real tap points. That's it. We're having real tap points.
Real
tap points.
I think I've only ever earned one.
Can we do the quiz before the alcohol?
Say again?
Can we do the quiz before the alcohol?
Oh, yeah, we might be able to do that.
During.
Early in the day.
I might have a chance then.
What's that?
I like that.
He said, I don't know.
My favourite Victoria is two soups. You all know that? That's
yeah. Love Victoria.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest.
Brilliant.
Love it.
And the shoe shop assistant.
The what?
The shoe shop assistant, when she says, "Have you got anything in a flat?" and she breaks the heel off and goes, "Flatter now."
Oh, I've got to say hello to Lainey. Lainey's in.
Hi, Lainey.
Lainey's in the house. I've been very bad with the chat. Apologies.
Andrew said, yes, I've told Nick that I'm happy to help in any way needed. Yeah, we might need your help, actually, Andrew.
Yeah. There's a lot for you guys to do with so many people.
Yeah, I think that's what I feel nervous about, because last time it was just kind of like, meeting people, sitting and chatting and stuff. But now we've got all this organised stuff we've got to do. So.
And you've got to get drunk as well.
Yeah. Could be interesting, couldn't it?
Maybe we do all of that by about 4:30, and then you can just relax.
Yeah, then we'll just get the beers in.
Yeah.
What time is it? What time is the?
We're saying from 12. We're saying from 12, but literally we get the venue from 12. So yeah, you might arrive and be let in with us if you arrive exactly on 12.
Heather, my sound's playing up on my iPad, so I'm going to drop out and come back in on my laptop.
Oh, okay. I'll let you back in then.
I can't hear you very well. So see you in a minute.
Okay.
I was just trying to bite Kelly's head then.
Cheryl says someone should auction themselves to list for you for a week. I would bid. Good idea. like that.
Trust someone else though.
Yeah, I'm a control freak.
Maybe just drafts so you can check them.
Oh God, I don't know.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I normally list 40 a day, so you have to do that.
We've moved.
That's better. Yeah, sounds better.
Hi, Andrea.
Hang on.
Quick, go ahead.
Oh dear. It always reminds me of the young ones' university challenge when they're all sat one above.
Chris, the answer is 0. If I win any raffle prizes and it's the Ashes, I will personally beat you around the head with it if you've donated it.
Yeah, because I won it last time. I don't want it again.
We better tell Tom then.
Yeah.
Tom. I saw he put a picture on a group the other day about, I think it was the other day, about his Ashes collection. I was like, who does that? Who collects that crap?
Tom has a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's because he buys Job lots of DVDs, so he just ends up with loads of Ashes.
God.
But
what we can do is we can kindly donate them to Tom at the end of the night, seeing as he loves them so much. Or we can go and
raffle prizes of gold, silver, and genuine diamonds are always welcome.
Absolutely.
What, so you can keep or resell?
Yeah, well, I'd probably resell them.
Oh dear.
Also, donations of 100% cashmere jumpers. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
I've got
good.
one of those. Yeah, they are selling quite well at the moment. I am doing a bit of a roaring trade. I've just sold one of those lovely big merino blankets. I had 2 sort of that berry Christmas colour ones, and one of them went for 100 quid. It's like,
wow.
That was last night. It saved the day because I'd had a rubbish day.
Has this happened to anyone else? Right, I've put a 25% sale on, and everything I've sold since I've put the sale on has been stuff that I had left at full price.
Oh.
So I suppose that's quite good.
Good.
Very good.
What was that?
Who's that?
What is that?
Is it a bling noise? A bling.
That's not that.
From here.
Not me.
Is this the noise?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm turning my speakers up. Sorry.
I thought there was some announcement. It kind of like some fanfare.
No, it's me again, causing trouble.
Oh dear. So, how are sales for everybody at the moment? I know it's reseller related, but are things? Oh no, not go Becca. Lex's face says it all. Oh God, Andrew's face. It's been a bit awful, has it?
This week, I mean, last week when we shot up in sales, and then this week's gone.
Yeah.
Like a slope.
My sales are actually okay. They're all right, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm all right at the moment, but like I say, it's just because I've got some of the higher value items are going. So although I'm not selling very many actual items, the bigger stuff is starting to shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what happened with us last week. Because Nick was listing some really good high value stuff, and it went almost straight away. So we got some really good big sales, and then this week we're probably selling as much, but just lower value stuff.
He had a bit of a push on listing, didn't he, last week? Yeah.
Oh, he did that challenge, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, my graph showed that I am 35% down. So
what, last year or last week?
Hang on, I will tell you. I screenshotted it. It was that bad. It is compared to the previous 31 days. Sorry, I lied. It was 45. Jesus Christ. Compared to the previous 31 days, I'm down 45.2%. Compared to the same period a year ago, down 13%.
Wow.
See, I don't compare myself like that, because I had a fantastic couple of sales last month. So that 30-day period is never going to be up on that. So I know it's not. So I don't use that as a comparison.
No,
mine's down as well, but I'm doing okay overall.
No, I'm not. Mine's shocking. Before I went on holiday, I was at 9,800 and something 60 day, and now I'm on 8,300. So,
now, before October 16th, my year on year was steadily increasing to the point where I was nearly at 300% up on last year. That was on October the 15th. October the 16th happened, and now I know this. Okay, I'm only 80% up on last year, but it was showing a nice steady increase up until that point, and then it dropped off a cliff. So they can't tell me that it hasn't affected sales, because it definitely has. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will argue otherwise, and there's no way you can prove it. But to have that nice steady increase and then back down again.
Yeah, mine was the same. Mine was the same, and it's not. I know some people are saying, well, I never have a busy Q4 because I only ever sell clothes or whatever. I actually have a lot, like the same as last year. I kind of save up toys all year round. I've listed toys, just nothing. It's just minimal sales all the time. I don't know why. I'm selling the same stuff. I've not got my prices wrong. I don't know. Don't know what it is. And that's why I was asking when I got back from holiday, had I missed anything? Have they released anything saying that we should be fixing our listings, or I don't know. I feel like there should be something that I can do to control it, but
yeah, like a button you can press and you can go like, oh, that was changed.
Yeah. I don't mind if it is, well, you've got 850 listings you have to fix, because at least then I know there's an answer and I can just do the work and things will be fine. But when you don't know the reason why, then I'm a bit stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, because it can't be I've got 800 shit things, because something's got to sell. Even shit things sell. Like green jumper with holes in will sell.
Yes, I've sold a few cashmere jumpers with holes in lately. Exactly. But I mean, did we all get that so-called explanation apology email from eBay? It
was a rubbish apology, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very, very hurting me on the edge. I don't think any of us were terribly impressed. Let's put it that way.
No, but I suppose at least we got one.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to get any sincerity off them, are you? It's always going to be business-like and very, very formal. They're not going to.
I guess the problem is that they can't accept absolute liability, because if they do, then we can take them down, can't we?
Yeah.
You can never say like, oh, sorry, it was our fault.
Andrew says very true. He sells shit things every day.
And interestingly, Cheryl says that since she started listing clothes, her sales have nosedived.
Really?
Well, I normally don't have problems selling Clarks. Usually, pretty much when I put them on, they go straight away. And I've got quite a few pairs of Clarks hanging about.
Clarks, Karen,
Clarks.
Piss off.
How do I say it then? Clark.
No, it's her. It's her.
Oh, God.
Pepperberry.
I picked that up now just because it's such a lovely name, and every time I see it, I hear Sam saying Pepperberry.
Oh yeah, in my head, and sometimes even like as I'm reading the label, I'm going Pepperberry, like to a person next to me that's going, what?
They'll think we lost our marbles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so Q4 seems to be a little bit of a myth for most of us, especially those of us that have some clothes dealings. But I certainly don't sell all clothes. I would say probably 80% of what I sell is clothes, and 20% is any other weird stuff I can pick up, because I'm a magpie and I can't help myself. But yeah, it's a lot of people seem to be suffering, and it's a bit much at this time of year because we've all got Christmas coming and expenses, and we all know January for most of us and February are quite quiet.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
What I remember from working in retail as well, it's very important where Christmas Day happens. It's happening at a weekend this year, isn't it? Which means you've got a Saturday beforehand, which I think is the 21st or something. That will be a huge day in store. But it also means that there's like that extra Saturday before Christmas, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Like you've got 2 Saturdays before Christmas, I think.
Yeah, 'cause that's the 23rd.
Yeah.
And it's actually on a Monday. Oh no, hang on, but stop. Yeah, you've got Christmas Day itself is on a Wednesday this year.
Yeah, so you've got like that Saturday beforehand, which is like that's going to be an immense shopping day. So it's like you've got an extra Saturday. I know that doesn't make sense. I can't remember how to explain it.
I mean, you guys probably do this, but my little strategy, what I do is like a week before Christmas, stuff that I think people might buy for Christmas or party outfits, I'll put on one day dispatch, and I'll put a first class option there for people that want to buy something last minute, because there's always people like that. And that's helped me the past couple of years to sell a bit more things. So, you know, that's worth doing if you haven't already done that.
Yeah, we do that.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, generally, once the second class post deadline, the day is gone, we generally send everything first class anyway, even if they've paid second class.
Yeah, usually around about this, what I did last year was about this time, just changed everything to same day dispatch, because it's crappy weather outside, so it's not like I'm desperate to go out anywhere. And this is my job, so it's not like I have to go to work for the day and struggle with the post. So I figured, like, you know, for 4 or 5 weeks, it doesn't matter. And then once the Christmas rush is over, just go back to my normal 2-day again. So I don't know if that helped last year. I'm not sure, but
yeah, it might be worth. Like you said, I'm not going to do anything else. Like, you know, so I suppose if like you have, say, a 12 o'clock cut-off time on your same day dispatch, and then you just go at 12 and take whatever's done. Might be worth doing. I didn't do that last year. I didn't change my own tool.
Please, somebody this Christmas, buy my Laura Ashley ball gown, please. It takes up so much room.
How much is it?
I've got it in the sale, so it's £45 at the moment, which is a bargain.
What size is it?
Much higher than that. So,
is it a small size?
It's I think it's a size 12. And it's velvet, which is very in at the moment with the big gold lame bow on. I showed it last year. Beginning of this year.
If it's a size 12, it's likely to be size 8, maybe.
Have you got to advertise that? Have you got to advertise as an 8 or a 12?
I've got all the measurements in and everything, and I've definitely put on it that it's more of true size something else.
See, I don't put whatever size it is. Like, if the size says a size 14 on the label, I don't put that in the listing. I'll say it states a size 14, but it measures as an 8 or measures as a 10.
I don't put it in the fits UK 12 or fits the UK 8. Yeah.
It's got 10 watches. It's a size 14.
10 to 12.
But I've said it's a 10 to 12. I've said I photographed it on a size 10 to 12 mannequin, and it's a little bit loose on that. So
why don't you try it on an auction, Karen?
Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful dress, as I said.
Is it Laura Ashley heavy velvet ball gown?
That's the one. That's the one.
Right.
Wants to have a look at it.
I would go, personally, I would go straight past that because it's a size 14 in the title.
Right.
And it's not a size 14.
Right. So I need to change that.
If it's a size 10 to 12, you should put a size 10 to 12 in the title.
Right.
You also haven't got vintage in the title, and vintage Laura Ashley is your keyword.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good point. What haven't I got that in? Oh, because I couldn't fit it in.
No, you need it in.
Take off.
It's more important than width.
Right.
You could just put the VTG in as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that work? I heard that didn't work.
It does. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There should be some takers. Put party in or
and use the word bow instead of detail.
Right.
Because it's a bow on the back.
The masterclass in keywords here.
Oh, I'm glad I mentioned it now.
20% commission though, Karin.
Pardon?
20% commission.
So I put vintage Laura Ashley heavy velvet ball gown dress, size 10-12, gold bow detail.
Yeah.
Is that better?
That's better, much better.
Yep.
Watch it so live on air now.
Right. Get your price back up quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$5 billion.
Retire and just become a consultant for everybody.
I've had it listed for like 10 months, 11 months.
But honestly, I reckon it's because of the size. Because anyone who's a size 10 is going to go past that. And anyone who's a size 14 that clicks on it is going to look at the measurements and go like, oh, that's way too small for me.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew's keywords obviously need a bit of work.
Yeah, no, skirt thing.
Skirt thing, no, not really.
I can't take it off.
Men aren't overly good at that, are they? Generally. Years ago, I asked for Christmas, I said to Nick, I'd really like some nice nightwear. And I opened my packet on Christmas morning and I had a slip, like a half slip. And I said, that's nice. I don't generally wear slips. And he said, it's a night skirt.
I thought you were going to say you brought you some luminous jacket or something.
Oh, bless them for trying.
I never asked for any sort of underwear or nightwear again. I went close. Full stop.
Just send them links to the things that you like, isn't it?
Yeah, be very, very specific.
Yeah.
I think
I do that.
doing like experiences this year, like going away and doing something or,
Oh, which reminds me, I've got tickets to Phantom of the Opera today.
Oh.
Yes, it's coming to Cardiff Millennium Centre for next Christmas. So I'm booking them for the 27th of December next year.
Wow, that's forward planning.
Yes. Well, you've got to. It's going to sell out. Like this year, we're going to see Les Mis, and I booked that for Christmas last year.
Yeah, so you're always ahead. I saw Phantom of the Opera, but years and years and years ago. In the very early days, I sort of went along because my parents were going, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Let's put it that way. It's a great production. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think it's gonna, and it's nice to break it up because we tend to go around the 27th, 28th. It breaks up that time, like in between Christmas and New Year's. That kind of horrible lull in between.
I can't say anything about this comment. I'm just going to leave it there for a moment and then remove it.
It's because he tries them on and he likes to feel the velvet against his skin.
That's gone now. That's gone now. I've got to get that out of my head now. That's not nice.
It's all right. Nick didn't realise we were on, so he hasn't been watching.
Rude.
Nick.
Oh, we could have been talking about him all this time.
Hello.
I am
always photo bombs.
You're a man. You're not allowed in.
Oh, Carla's in the house. Carla's only Carla. We've only just got Carla. She's missed it all. We've got to start again. Deep breath. Oh, you'll have to watch back. It's all a bit chaotic.
Well, we really haven't done a topic today. We just kind of chatted, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, so much was covered yesterday in Ads's marathon session. I kind of thought, well, a bit more free range is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But we're all terribly excited about next week.
Thank you for that. I feel like a dingbat about that dress, but I haven't looked at it for ages, if I'm honest. I stuck it on and I haven't looked at it, so thank you for that.
I'm going to be the serious one. and I have got a business question that I want opinions on.
Okay.
Right? When you've had Lex. So when you've had a buyer open a false INAD, or a buyer has damaged your item or whatever, when you've had a problem with the buyer, do you let them know that you have reported them to eBay, or do you just report them and keep quiet?
Report it, keep quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I don't tend to have them, Becca, because I offer free returns, so I don't get them.
I report them, keep quiet, because you don't want someone revenge purchasing on you. For
I know. I thought that, but do you know when you're so wound up that you're like, I want to tell them that I know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's like chasing a criminal and going like, oh, I know where your secret hideout is, and I'm going to send the coppers round. Like, no, don't give them the tip off.
Yeah. It's tempting, but it's not worth it. It really is.
And remember, Becca, bad feelings are like hot coals. The more you hold on to them, the more damage they cause. Let it go.
Ooh, speaking of, Frozen 2 came out last night.
We've got tickets for tomorrow. We're going to see it tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
I've heard it's actually not that bad, but I won't be testing that theory. So
No.
I can't wait.
13-year-old son does not want to go and see it.
We are so excited. Can't wait.
Oh dear.
Why am I a knob, Carla?
That's a good idea, Heather. We should end on that, you know. We should all say something and everyone's got to guess if it's truth or a lie.
The box has collapsed. I'm resting on a box.
That's a lie.
I think. That's no good.
I'm no good at lying, though.
Oh, I've got a webbed hands.
Webbed hand.
That's cool.
Is that true?
True.
Any more?
No, I think it's false.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm trying to remember if I've looked at your hands.
I'm going to say true. I don't think I've ever really looked at your hands.
Well, that made you think, didn't it? It's actually reasonably true. I do have some webbing between.
Oh.
Third finger.
Do I? Does that count?
Well, no, it depends what.
Just checking mine now.
No.
Okay, here's mine. I was once on the BBC last night at the proms singing Land of Hope and Glory.
True.
Yeah, I reckon that's true.
That was rubbish. Of course it's true. I couldn't have made that up.
Lex.
Okay. So television.
Look what Nick's put.
That's true. That's utterly charming, Nick. God.
She's not. She's a fanny.
Right. Well, that's meeting manager. Well, not that I was in the first place.
I was on a documentary about miners.
True.
Miners as in children, or miners as in people digging?
I live in Wales. That kind of miners, coal miners.
True.
Yeah, it is true.
Who's next?
Any more for any more?
I
am a fantastic singer.
False.
False.
Thank you, Lex.
Oh.
I can imagine you on the karaoke, Kelly.
I'm a rubbish singer, but it don't stop me singing.
That's good. Don't let anyone take away your music.
Exactly.
Oh dear. Oh, this is brilliant. Well, look,
Was it me?
Oh, yeah.
Right. I have delivered.
Northern.
I am really a Londoner in disguise.
No.
No, right, okay. I have delivered a baby.
Yeah, true.
Not myself, as in not out of my bits. I have delivered somebody else's baby.
Yeah, I think so.
True.
You have
This one.
good liar.
Okay. We'll ignore Nick's one.
Yes, we'll let that one lie.
I was once on top of the pops.
False.
True.
True. I think you was in the audience.
Yeah, I was, and I was on telly.
Oh wow.
That's too close to be true. That's what I was going for.
Too believable to be true.
Yeah. The really artful lie. It would have been.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, Carla's got to go. Ant has chopped his thumb. Oh my god. Oh, well, it's all right. Hope it's all right, Carla. Oh god, it's been a week for bloody accidents, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Mrs. M having a.
Them men just need wrapping up in bubble wrap, don't they?
No, they just need murdering and leaving.
Yeah, I was thinking just put the bubble wrap over the head.
We should wind this up, really, because this is going somewhere very, very much more fun. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us, all you lovely people out there in Chatland. Thank you for joining in. We may see some of you very soon. I'm just looking, I'm doing that thing. I'm looking for this button, aren't I? Thank you for joining us. Do subscribe to the Seller Ladies Live. It's on different people's channels each week, so keep an eye out.
Yeah,
there'll be one next week. So, and it's bye-bye from them.
Oh, can I just say, Heather, quickly, there is a playlist on our channel for all of the Seller Ladies videos. And I'm going to try and update it. So you can just go there and watch everybody's, instead of going to different channels, you can go to one place.
Thank goodness, the sensible voice of reason. Thank you very much indeed. And bye.
Bye. Bye-bye now.
Bye.